This video has My Hero Academia manga spoilers. Even the title is a little So if you click this and you have no idea what the title is about, or you don't want to get spoiled with new My Hero Academia details, click off. Click off, but also subscribe to the new wealth of new content. Enough of that! Hey guys, HG for Shonen Games, and I wanted to take a break from doing, these videos, to actually do a discussion with our My Hero Academia subs about the latest chapter. This video is going to be edited way more normally, I guess, than our other premiere videos, since it's just a discussion about the latest chapter. So, with that said, let's talk about what happened in this chapter and what the implications are. Deku vs. Overhaul continues this week, and that's pretty exciting since tons of people were scared that we get like Aizawa versus Chrono or something else this week. The chapter starts off with an Overhaul Backstory Flashback. We learn about how Overhaul sees quirks as diseases and wants to cure and bring back the base world. Now, Chisaki believes that mice carried something called Paranormality to humans all over the world, which fits with his Plague Doctor motif that I explained in my Scariest video and My Hero video. Basically, plague doctors were used to treat people who had the Black Death, which was a sickness spread by rats and rat fleas. So in this story, the parallel is that Overhaul is a plague doctor trying to cure the people with paranormality, which is what causes them to evolve from base humans to quirk humans. He states that there is no evidence to back this up, however, this is what he believes. So we see Overhaul in a dark room as other kids play, and he's alone and saying the word disease. My idea of what's happening here is Overhaul's quirk is super destructive, and I feel like that probably made it so he was separated from all the other kids. Being alone, pushed away for something that you have no control over, he probably formed a complex that basically gave him the mentality that quirks were inherently bad, as I assume just having one ruined his childhood. He continues to say that neither Eri or Deku understand Eri's quirk, but that he does, since he's taken her power and formed it into bullets, using the most perfect version of her quirk. Basically, Chisaki tells us that Eri's quirk can rewind a change, any given change, not just a body as a whole. I explained this further in my Eri's Quirk Explained video, but Eri is rewinding aspects of change, not just your body itself, hence why Overhaul says last week that she can probably turn you into a monkey. So Overhaul starts his villain rant about how Eri is his so that he can change the way of the world, and starts attacking people's houses trying to hit Deku. So what does Deku do? Deku just casually decides, hey, you know this giant rock dragon? The one that's bigger than Ryukyu? That Horikoshi on purpose decided to make absolutely massive this week? I'm gonna just kick it 100 feet into the air. That's the sort of power that we're dealing with when we talk one for all 100%. Which is scary when you remember that Deku isn't even at his peak potential. This is like 100% of what he can do now. So it's going to be really, really crazy to see what adult Deku is going to be like. Eri, this chapter, is focusing on using her power on Deku, powering it up. And Deku notices that he can't drag this on, as she can't really control her power, and she could accidentally wipe him away if he's not careful. In the next few panels, we catch up with the League of Villains. Toga basically creams her pants, she's going to need a new skirt, at how strong Deku is, and Mr. Kronpress's clone got defeated by Ryukyu as Ochako takes Midnight to the paramedics that I assume are nearby. We get another Overhaul flashback, and the main takeaway, because it's pretty long, is that he wants to get rid of the world of quirks and revive the Yakuza. Chisaki also mentions that along with selling quirk erasing bullets to villains, he can make a serum and sell it that fixes quirk erasure to heroes, basically making money from both sides. Now look, tons of people will moan that this is another way for Mirio to get his quirk back instead of Eri rewinding him. But one, I'm happier with there being some sort of healing serum than Eri just fixing Mirio. But also, I don't know, and we don't know I guess, if these serums are in production yet. It looks like there are only a few quirk erasing bullets because Chisaki has the case of them with him, and we don't know how many fully functioning bullets that there are, so we can't know how many serums there are either, as one would think that you'd have to mass produce the illness before you can mass produce the cure. So in the flashback, Chisaki then takes over the Yakuza, and we're not really sure what he does to quote-unquote pop. However, it's sort of left open-ended on whether he kills him or not, and I don't really think he did, but it's still a possibility. Chisaki then attacks Deku, telling him that he's just attacking the structure of the quirk world and that heroes are clinging to this fake sense of justice, which is really just them wanting something to belong to, not actually wanting to help others, but wanting to be something more than just average people. This same concept is actually brought up in One Punch Man, but I'll be bringing that up in a One Punch Man video that I'm working on right now. Deku basically speed blitz Overhaul and proves that he can basically fly, which is awesome, by bouncing off the air with his quick speed, much like Luffy from One Piece does in his Gear 4th form. By the end of the chapter, Deku screams at Chisaki that he has to save Eri, because if he can't, then he can't call himself a hero, and lands a barrage of crushing blows on Overhaul until cracking him in the head, hitting off his mask. Ochako asks Night Eye if Deku is still supposed to die to Overhaul, but Night Eye seems confused at the state of events happening in front of him. Almost like Deku has changed fate, and the chapter ends. Next week we'll be on break, but what do you guys think of the chapter? I really want to get into you guys in the comment section about how Deku basically went all plus ultra on Overhaul, and I want to discuss whether or not you think Deku is going to be in pain after he gets out of 100%. Does Eri's quirk have backlash? Is this the end of the Overhaul fight? What's next in the story, and how do you think Mirio, Kirishima, Sun Eater, and Night Eye will all fare in this? Do you think the League of Villains is going to leave empty-handed? And do you think Eri gets captured? But also, what are your thoughts on Chisaki escaping and coming back to be an issue in another arc? Potentially starting a war or something with the League of Villains, who I'm sure he is going to be pissed at if he gets out of this situation. Lots and lots to talk about, so don't be shy. I wrote don't be shit. Don't be shy and hit the comment section below and let's hit it off. I'm going to be making sure to get engaged in this conversation with you guys. So let's talk My Hero Academia, especially since we have a week next week with no chapter. I'm going to need you guys to keep me alive this week. Alright, so I'll see you guys later. Working on some more My Hero vids. I got videos about Mirio, Shigaraki. I got a lot of stuff coming up, so make sure you guys stick around for more My Hero Academia content. Peace.